Hey, David Risley here with blogmarketingacademy.com, and I want to give you a video walkthrough of the Academy Business System. Now, I have a blog post about it. By now, you probably have seen that. But what I wanted to do is go over it real quickly on video because I think it might be a little easier to convey in a video form, at least for some people. So let's go over to my screen. Let's go ahead and do this. Okay, so here's the Academy Business System as you have seen it. Now, the basic structure of it is along this blue bar. Let me go ahead and circle that. It's this area right here. This is the basic guts of the system, and it goes in this particular order. It starts out with executive, goes to communications, public content, traffic, subscription, conversion, and training and delivery. Now, let me explain to you why it goes in the order that it does. Executive goes number one, and that's because none of this stuff is really going to happen if we don't wear the hat of an executive, if we don't actually sit down and plan it out, decide what we're going to be doing, putting some strategies in place, and having some kind of a plan to work off of. All that comes under the heading of executive, and that's why it comes first, because none of the other 6 things are going to happen unless there is an executive setting everything up. Now, number 2 is communications. The reason that is there is because we are in a communication business. We are in a people business here. And the absolute first thing that you will do in this line of work is make contact with another human being. It just kind of goes without saying, right? You're going to have to make contact with other people in order to do anything. So that is why communications is first. Now, next is public content. We are in a content business, so we're going to be creating content with the express purpose of attracting people to our business. We are in a content marketing business here, but all that content is created so that we can build up traffic, which was number 4 in our process. Those traffic is going to be an incoming collection of prospects that come into the business, people who are our ideal client and who will, via our content, actually develop a bond for us and our business so that we can now move them further in the funnel. Now, the next step of that is going to be subscription. So once you've got them to your site and they are traffic, the very next thing you want to do is concentrate on getting them to get on your email list, to raise their hand and go beyond the general collection of not even subscribers, just people that are out there on the internet, raise their hands in interest and say, yes, I am actually interested in what you're doing. And usually in our business, that means that they're going to get on your email list somehow, and that's number 5. Now, the next one is conversion, and that is because generally once somebody gets onto your email list, our next job is to get them to buy something from our business. And so that it just goes logically here. And then once they bought that thing, you have to deliver upon what they've actually purchased. All of that in order to get the final product of your business. The final product is basically a transformation that you're delivering to the people who are coming to you and your business. They start out here and they want something, whatever that might be, and your business is in the business of transforming them over to this, which is the final product. This is what you are in the business of producing. You're not in the business of producing money, by the way. You're in the business of producing the outcome that people want. And it just so happens that the byproduct is revenue. You're going to make money to the degree that you deliver this final product to people who want it and deliver that transformation. And this is the general process. This is the basic gist of the Academy Business System. Starts out with the executive, starts out with planning, goes through communications, public content, so that we can build traffic, so that we can get them onto our email list, so that we can convert them into a sale, turn them into a customer, and then deliver upon our promises. That's basically it. Now, let's go and clear out all this fancy drawing that I've done. And I want to go up one level to stats. It goes without saying that the only way that you can manage any kind of a system is to have metrics, is to have some way of actually knowing whether things are functioning or not. So I've developed some basic statistics. I didn't really develop them, I just basically named them. A couple of them I developed. So that you can actually track how well the system is working. Under communications, we have incoming and outgoing. Now, there are various ways that you can come up with measuring this, but basically it's a measurement of the quantity of communication which is coming into your business, as well as the quantity of communication which is going out of your business. Because this is a communication business. We are building a communication platform. So you want to know exactly how many, pieces of communication are coming in and how many are going out. That's a very key statistic. And there's some other ones that you could probably come up with there, like, size of your social media followings, how many support tickets do you get, how quickly they're answered. But we're just going to keep it to the basic. Now, under the public content portion of our system, I've developed an arbitrary statistic called content points. Now, public content, it can be a difficult thing to measure. I mean, are we going to measure how many blog posts we've created? I don't like that statistic because I don't believe in having a setup where in order to make the statistic increase, we have to just do more of it necessarily. Because, you might develop the idea that a single feature post, one post per week, is good content marketing for your business. So you just, you don't want your stat to just be one every day or every week. So you need to have a better system than that. So what I've done is developed an arbitrary point system where you can give yourself points for various things that you create and various things that you do having to do with public content. And then using that point system, you can then give yourself a statistic on public content. So that's how that works, and there's more details of that inside the Academy. Under traffic, we've got the basic analytics. So we'll just go with site visits, and that can be page views, it can be uniques. Under subscription, the main thing that we want here are people on our email list. So the thing that we're going to be looking at is opt-ins. How many people get onto our list? What is the net change in the size of our email list week in and week out? Obviously, every single week, some people are going to get off your list, some people are going to come onto your list. Obviously, the goal is for that net change to be positive, and you want the degree of positivity, if you want to call it that, to be higher from one week to the next, because that means you're doing your job. Now, under conversion, it's all here about making the sale. So our statistic here is going to be sales. It's going to be actual revenue, gross income to the business. And then when it comes to training and delivery, we've got another arbitrary statistic that I call delivery points. It works very similarly to the content points, except in this case, we're creating content and various things that we're doing for our customers specifically. So those are the key statistics that we use to measure how well this system is working. Okay, let me clear off that, and let's go down to the bottom level to show you what these things are. All systems are going to be made up of subsystems, or at least most of them are, but certainly this one is, because obviously there are more than 7 things to do in a business. Under each of these is a whole bunch of things that we could potentially be doing. So I've basically developed subsystems for each of these things. Now, one word about that is that obviously not every possible thing that you can do in an information marketing business is included on this chart. This is the general layout of a system, and the subsystems are various things that I'm choosing to focus on, but there are undoubtedly other things out there that you could do, but they're still going to fall under the basic headings here that we have in our main system, because this is basically what all information marketing businesses do. But as you can see with subsystems, the executive has business modeling and systems, actually creating the systems that for me to sit down and actually create this Academy business system for my own business, that came under the heading of executive for my business, because I created this for my business. When you're creating systems and creating procedures and doing the various things that help you create a business in the first place, you are actually doing executive. You're putting the business there, and that's very important. Creating plans, doing your accounting, strategies, creating policies, taking care of your assets and the security of your digital assets. These are all things that help keep the business there and put the business there to begin with. So that, for me, comes under executive. Now, once we go to communications, then we have the things that fall under that, all the various communication platforms, your customer support, your social media, your email accounts, keeping your servers there and the various software platforms, because, those are the communication platforms. So, the software and the servers and all that, without that, no communication takes place. So I put that under the communications area. Now, when it comes to public content, then anything associated with creating content comes into play. We have systems for creating your marketing calendar, for doing the blogging, for the stuff that you do before you hit the publish button, for doing webinars and doing public YouTube videos and podcast. When we move over to traffic, it comes down to syndication to get as many eyeballs on our traffic on our content as possible, getting social media campaigns going, doing guest posting in order to bring in new blood, doing viral promotion, doing any paid advertising that you may choose to do, doing any SEO that you do in order to bring in traffic. But anything that comes under the heading of building more traffic is going to come under this portion of our overall system. Now, if we move over to subscriptions, everything is about getting people onto our list. So any opt-in offers that you create would come under this section. Placing of those opt-in offers, basically creating your squeeze pages and all that would come under here. Opt-in delivery, so you want to make sure that when somebody subscribes in order to download something, that they actually get it and use it. So all those systems would be part of subscriptions. Now, when we move over to conversion, it's anything designed to make money. Your marketing sequences, doing like automatic marketing, which is stuff that we talk about in the training, would come under that. Creating your offers to begin with, doing any split testing that you may do, running an affiliate program, doing any copywriting and creating sales videos and all that type of stuff. All of it comes under the heading of conversion in order to make sales. And then lastly, when it comes to training, is anything designed to actually deliver the final product to your customer. So actually creating the product, delivering the product, following up with your customers to make sure that everything's going smoothly, and collecting testimonials and making sure that everybody's just tickled pink with what you're delivering to them. All of this adds up, again, to the overall product working and delivering the final product. So that is the basic structure of the Academy Business System. It was definitely thought out, and it's put into this order for a definite reason. And the Academy Business System really does form the foundation of what we're doing inside the Blog Marketing Academy training program. This is basically it. It is the layout of my business, but it will basically be the layout of any information-based business. And in fact, this, with different labeling, this would be a basic setup for the system for any business, really, even if it was a physical product. It's just the labeling might be a little bit different. But in reality, that's kind of what we're doing, is attracting people, getting them to raise their hand in interest, getting them to make that first purchase, and then we deliver, and then that's how we make our money, right? Now, here's the interesting thing, and we'll end off on this point, is that the system does kind of loop on itself. Once this system goes through, like so, gets over to the final product, you get these testimonials, make everybody happy, blah, 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 and then the whole thing is self-feeding, because it's basically going to come right back over here and feed itself again. These testimonials are going to go out, and it's going to reach new people through your public content, so they kind of come together, and it's going to bring these new people in. They're going to make contact with your business, and basically it promotes itself. It's like a self-feeding promotional cycle when you actually are delivering good products. It'll actually help feed the growth of your own business, and you reach a certain inertia as it grows, and it does get easier. It's always been said in the information marketing business that making your first sale is the most difficult, and it is. But once you get to that point and you deliver well, it does get easier, because it's going to be a self-feeding cycle. That's the way the system is designed. So hopefully that makes the Academy Business System make a little bit more sense, kind of show you some of the thought that I put into it. If you have any questions, definitely let me know. And if you want to pursue implementing this system in your own business and really getting into all these subsystems and having some help building them up in your business, that's why you can join the Blog Marketing Academy training program, and I'd be happy to work with you inside. Okay, I'll see you later.